Hi guys, Mike Greer here. Today I'm going to provide you with an overview of some great free training available from Firebrand that can help you acquire PMP, which stands for Project Management Professional certification. And that certification, of course, is provided by PMI, the Project Management Institute. So I'm at the home screen of Firebrand Training UK, but what I'm going to do, I've already opened this page, which is firebrandtraining.co.uk/learn/PMP. What you're going to find when you go there is a bunch of good stuff related to helping you become PMP certified. And this stuff is designed with Firebrand's high efficiency training. It's almost like Cliff Notes, high intensity, very clean, very right to the point information and training. Notice they have course material, exercises, free practice test questions and answers, that is for the PMP exam, and additional resources. These two are coming soon, but the two we're going to look at, of course, are what we have today, which is course materials and exercises. Let's jump into the course materials, and when I click that, we get quite a lot of stuff here. We look down here and we can see what the course objectives are. It's covering the 10 knowledge areas, 5 process groups, and 47 processes as defined by Project Management Body of Knowledge, or PMBOK. And the PMBOK guide is in its 5th edition, and this training stuff is all key to the PMBOK 5th edition. So it's going to help you acquire all of these skills. These are the course objectives. So let's scroll down here and see. Looking at it, we've got some course modules, which are topical areas here listed. There's 7 of them. And we go down a little bit further and you see that we see PMBOK's project management process groups listed down here. So those really get into the different knowledge areas, as they say: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing, and then within each of these areas. So you've got project scope management and its subcategories and so forth. So they're really a lot of different ways to acquire content here. You can just see I'm scrolling down through here. And of course, this isn't a training video. This video is just to give you an orientation, kind of show you around this lovely little treasure from Firebrand Training. So let's just jump into projects, programs, and a portfolio. See what we come up with. So here, you see in this diagram, you very quickly see the relationship between projects versus a collection of projects, of course, a program, and how they all link together and become a portfolio and support the strategic plan. So we get into lots of information about the distinctions between these various domains of operation in a business, and then they're compared in some nice tight little charts. What is the project management office? The responsibilities of a project management office related to management structure and so forth. So lots of good stuff there. Let's go back up one level, and we're going to look at the org structure here. What comes up is the various organization structures in which project managers must accomplish the job of getting projects done. So we see the functional organization clearly depicted in a diagram, and notice there's footnoted here that page 22, figure 2-1 from the Guide to Project Management Body of Knowledge, 5th edition, again the latest edition of the PMBOK. So we see the functional organization as distinct from the projectized organization, weak matrix, balance matrix, and all that stuff, strong matrix, linkages being available in the PMBOK 5th edition. But main thing is it's kind of a study guide. It's a high-level summaries as well as nice tight depictions of the distinctions between these concepts and these organizational structures. So let's look one more of these real quickly. Now let's look product lifecycle versus project lifecycle. Again, I'm just jumping in at random. And here what we get into is the distinction between a product lifecycle that an organization produces to sell versus a project life cycle in which the project is designed to accomplish certain specific goals in a finite way. So we make these distinctions. We show how they relate to the overall phases, sub-projects, how predictive life cycles work versus some of the iterative and incremental life cycles, adaptive life cycles, project life cycle here again looked at very quickly, and the 5 process groups in the project life cycle, how they fit together. The initiate, plan, execute, close, and all of that stuff, and what fits in where. So contrasted with PMI's official 5 process groups, okay, and how they overlap, where they fit together. So these distinctions are pretty clearly called out here. We get into what's involved in a proof of concept, if you're rolling out proof of concept prior to production, okay. And again, lots of things you can do. You can take an exercise on this or go on to the next module and study a new topic. So very cool. What we got there, again, a very quick and superficial look at all this good stuff that's in right here under Getting Started with the PMP course modules. Now, let's say you want to jump into the knowledge areas. Let's look at project time management, for example. Clicking on that, we come up with some more knowledge areas. When we're talking about managing time, that's subdivided into, and these are PMI's official knowledge areas. 6.1, plan schedule management. Well, let's just click on that. So plan schedule management, what are the inputs to that process, some of the tools and techniques used, and the outputs of it. So these defined in detail, again footnoted. There it says figure 6.3, page 145 from PMBOK, and then it goes into a thumbnail of what's involved in that. We go on to the next. Define activities. Okay, so what is it you're going to do in that project? This is the process of identifying, documenting specific actions to be performed. Inputs here are all this stuff, the tools and techniques, and the outputs. So to come up with work packages, use a process of decomposing to make your work breakdown structure, activity lists, different ways of organizing this set of activities that you're going to describe. We click the next one and we go on to sequencing activities. We get into very graphically how one can depict milestones on your project. One can depict a precedence diagram showing which project activities precede other project activities, how tasks relate to each other, different ways that tasks can relate in terms of the precedence, what are leads and lags, and just lots of technical stuff related to dependency and task sequencing. Okay, it's all talked about here very, very neatly. I know you're just seeing that whip by, right? You're looking at your activity resources. And again, referencing the PMBOK set of inputs, tools and techniques, and the outputs. What you're looking at here as a project manager, what you're coming up with for outputs, and what we mean by resources, labor, materials, etc., activities, and doing bottom-up resource estimating. All right. So, all right, enough of that. Let's go back. We're going to go back to the top level PMP. Click here. And this now is the page we came in on for all the PMP training. Notice we looked at course material very quickly. I know, made you crazy flipping pages all over, but I wanted to really just give you a sense of it. Now there's exercises which are available now. Now these aren't the practice test questions and answers, which are necessary to get your certification exam completed. It's sort of like studying for the SATs, that kind of thing. These are some nicely constructed and tight exercises that can help you practice with this stuff. So we click here on exercises and see what we come up with. Well, let's just go into project time management questions. Now here we see we're given some information, tasks, and they don't even bother to name the tasks. They just call them A, B, C, D. If you got these tasks, then they take this long here under duration. They have certain tasks that come before them or after them. They have predecessors. What are they? So they ask you to use this network diagram thing here to come up with the duration of the project, given all this and that. So this is, you're actually constructing a kind of a project workflow or a network diagram which depicts project time and duration. Below are some terms, and here's some terms and definitions, and a lot of terminology and definitions that have to be clear in your mind for you to take the PMP exam and to work with more sophisticated project management tools. So this is going to give you some practice saying, okay, we're going to match these, right? and they're scrambled as you see them there. And then here is also another matching exercise related to, project management outputs as you work through it. So there you go, you've got that. Now you say, okay, I've gone through here, I'm going to check my answers. You click on check your answers, and there's the completed network diagram. And then there's the completed matching exercises, okay? So these are some fairly complicated, difficult topics you're dealing with here. You can approach the study, which is based on the PMBOK Guide 5th edition, check these objectives, see if there's something you want to attain, get started by working through the different collections of information by topic areas, by course modules, or jump into the PMBOK knowledge area that you may be having difficulty with or you need to brush up on, and jump right into that area. Study that, come back out here, take an exercise, clicking over here on exercises, and challenge yourself with some practice exercises to see if you got the concept straight. As I say, practice questions and question and answers are coming soon. So once again, this wonderful free self-study provided from firebrandtraining.co.uk, and it's at /learn/PMP. Another great free resource to help you crank up your skills. Enjoy.